Hi, welcome into my channel. I'm Amy, and today we're going to do a little get ready with me while I reflect on my almost 1 month makeup no buy for 2025. I have certain rules that I have set for myself, and for this month, I'm not supposed to buy any makeup products. It has been really revolutionary, and I have really learned a lot, and I'm hoping that today I can share some of the tips and tricks that I have found and discovered along the way, motivation that I have found within my own makeup collection. Hopefully that can be inspiring to you and encourage you to be more thoughtful and mindful in your makeup spending and really love the things that you have already. So if you want to see how I got this pretty basic but oh so lovely look, go ahead and keep watching. It's early morning and I have my coffee, so grab whatever beverage you would like to have and get ready with me as I reflect on my almost 1 month no buy for 2025. Let's get ready. And as we're getting ready, I'm going to sort of apply and do these things and these tips that I learned this month with you, so hopefully it'll all make sense. The first thing that I did in January that was different and really a whole lot of fun, and I realized that it might not be for everyone, is I literally shopped my stash every day. I get ready here in my office makeup room, and every day I pull out my drawers and I think, what do I want to use today? Most categories I have a lot of options. There's only a few categories that I don't really have very much to choose from. And this eye primer is one of those things. I only have 2 and a glitter primer, eye primer, but I would like to finish this one up this year, so I've really been focusing on my e.l.f. eyeshadow primer. So shopping my stash every day has really been a whole lot of fun for me because I just get to kind of like pick whatever I want to for that particular day based off of whatever I'm wearing or what have you. And for eyeshadow looks, something that was a whole lot of fun and it really challenged me in so many different ways as far as like application techniques and stretching myself as far as like what shades I use or what shadows I used was my 1 week 1 palette featuring Natasha Denona's I Need a Nude. That was a really fun exercise in using the palette bingo style approach to makeup application. So what I would do, and I would do this with you today, but I really wanted to use my Cosmos and I really wanted to use my favorite shades in it today because they complement my shirt. So I'm sorry about that. But what I would do with I Need a Nude is I would randomize a number first, 1 through 5. And that would dictate how many shades that I was going to use from the palette for the day. Very often I got 5 or 1 or 2, which was a real stretch, especially when I got the 1. And I was very tempted to like just add a shimmer in because the 1 shade that I chose was a matte. So I was very tempted to like throw in a shimmer. But instead of doing that, I just played with different application methods and different brushes and really created a look that had a lot of depth and dimension and a look that I was really actually happy with. And that was so much fun. It was fun also for the randomization. Oh, I didn't tell you. So whatever number I got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then I would randomize that number of shades from the palette. And so there was a few times, especially one, where I kind of got a pink and a green color, which I think it looks kind of green. It's brown, but it has a green kind of undertone to it. So getting that really pushed me out of my comfort zone too. I never would have paired those two colors together, and I just kind of played around with it, and you know, had like a kind of a dark halo eye type effect, and it was just fun. The palette bingo was just a really great way for me to be able to get out of my comfort zone instead of doing something like what I'm doing today, which is very safe and a look that I really love a lot because it's using all of my favorite shades in one of my favorite palettes. Sometimes it's really fun and inspiring when you are on a makeup low buy or a no buy to push yourself to a whole nother level. So that was something that was very educational, and I'm looking forward to doing that again in February. In February, I am going to be doing rose quartz for my 1 week 1 palette. That's from Huda. It has a lot of like pinks, purples, mauves, really sparkly, really, really pretty. I think it'll be fun for February. Another lesson that I really came to a realization this month is, and for example, I ran out of my cleanser. I do a 2-step cleansing method every day, and so I ran out of the cleanser. And I really, really want to try to avoid buying anything until April. I am on a low buy, so on the shorter months like February, April, June, I'm gonna allow myself to buy things, but I can only spend $50 each month, except for during July, which is my birthday month. That's a longer month when I would normally not be spending, and December, because of all of the really good sales and stuff, I may want to buy something there. So because those 2 longer months I'm kind of allowing myself to buy, I want to try to make up for that in some of those shorter months, if that makes sense. So I really want to try to not buy anything until April. I want to skip February's buying month. So I ran out of facial cleanser, and you know, I was very tempted, and I'm even going to count that kind of stuff in my $50 budget. And I thought to myself, wait, I have a cleanser, and it might not be this cleanser that I prefer, but I got it for free from Ulta in like a gift with purchase bag, you know, that they give, full of lots of samples and things. And this is like a full size, or it's a very large size. And I thought to myself, you know, I need to use that. I don't need to go and buy the cleanser that I prefer right now. I have this cleanser, and that will like kind of save me a little bit of money until April if I can use that and use up some of these samples. I'm applying the same kind of theory also right now, which my husband's not super crazy about, to our shampoo. We ran out of shampoo, but we have I have some samples that I got from Ulta. So I really want to use those up. And he has like some things that we got for him from Bath and Body Works for his birthday like a couple of years ago, that has like some shampoo in it. So I'm like, well, we're gonna use that up for now and then we'll buy some shampoo. So my theory is, again, that we're just really focusing on using things that we have, things that are just sitting around in a drawer collecting dust, maybe never going to get used, you know, like, let's use that up. That has been, you know, kind of a good lesson for me too, and I'm enjoying doing that. I'm enjoying using up samples because I like trying new things, so it's a lot of fun. The next thing that I learned, and I'm really trying to embrace this, it's not my favorite lesson, but it is something that I'm trying to challenge myself to do. So I have these 2 foundations that I'm not crazy about, and I am not opposed to decluttering them because I don't believe that you should keep makeup that you don't like. But in the spirit of trying to push myself, I thought, hey, let me do some combining. So I have this Pretty Smart foundation. It's too light for me. I'll show it to you. And I have been pairing it with my e.l.f. Satin Soft Glam, sorry, e.l.f. Soft Glam, which is just right now a little too dark for me. So pairing those two things together is very nice. But I have this other thing that I got from Laura Geller in a Laura Geller haul that I did at the end of 2024. And I don't really like that either because it's kind of dark. It's the shade Fair, but it really looks very dark and kind of like muddy, and I don't really like it a whole lot. So I thought to myself, okay, I'm already pairing this Pretty Smart foundation that's too light for me with an e.l.f. one. So let me see if I can pair these two things together. This one's too dark, this one's too light. Let me see if I can get some use out of them. And it's actually working out really nicely. I can't say that once I'm finished with the Pretty Smart that this is going to be something that I love. It might be better for me in the summertime, but I am going to try to find a way to get some use out of it, but I don't know that this is ever going to be a favorite for me, and that's okay. I'm trying to do different application methods and different styles of, of that kind of stuff so that I can see if I can find a way to make it work. But for now, this is how I'm using it, and it works. It's okay, but it works. The Pretty Smart foundation, I like it. However, it is because my little dog chewed the cap and like the little dispenser part, I think it's exposed to air a little too much, and I think that it might be drying out. It's really thick, and I don't recall what it was like when it had a cap, so I'm not sure if it's the product or my little dog, but we'll see. We're just going to continue to try to use it, and we'll find a way to love it or tolerate it. Another thing that I have been doing this year is, at least lately, is something that I saw on Instagram, and it might be kind of a trend that people are doing right now. I'm someone that really struggles with under eye stuff. It's a challenge. I have bags, I have dark circles, I'm starting to get hollowness because I'm, over 40. So I saw this thing where you can put corrector like here where your discoloration is, and then like a bronzer over the hollowness, and then as you kind of blend it out a little bit with concealer, it looks really good. So I've been testing that out to see if that actually works. I feel like one day this week my under eyes looked really good, so I'm hoping that that's what it was. We'll see. So it looks kind of ridiculous right now. I look a little bit like Uncle Fester from Addams Family, but it's gonna get better, I promise. Another thing that I'm doing in the name of appreciating products that I have already, and again trying to make them work, is this example right here. I have this cleansing oil that I got from Beauty of Joseon, and I really like all of the Beauty of Joseon products that I have tried so far. Their cleansing balm is really good. Moisturizer is really creamy and thick, and I really like that. But this I felt like was making me break out. But in defense of this, I have tried I think the Peach and Lily cleansing oil, and that also made me break out. So it seems like, well, I can use a cleansing balm. The 2 cleansing oils that I have tried have broke me out. So, you know, I was a little nervous about using this, and I thought, oh great, I'm gonna have to give this one to my daughter also, because I gave the peach and lily to her. But then I thought, okay, well, how about this? I'm gonna alternate using my cleansing balm that I know works and is gentle on my skin and doesn't break me out with this, you know, 2 days of this and 2 days of that or whatever. And so I've been doing that for the past week, and that's been working. I haven't gotten any breakouts or anything like that, and that has been a really great lesson, and I figured out a way to make that work where I like it and I enjoy it, and I can not have to declutter it because I found a way to make it work, you know. So this year is really a huge revelation for me in doing that, and trying different ways to enjoy something, not make it work as a negative tone, but to learn to enjoy something in a different way or a different method or something like that, and keeping it or passing it on if I really don't like it. Okay, so now I'm gonna try to put just a little concealer on that area. And another thing that I was doing in combination with those 3 things, concealer, corrector, and this is a Merit single shadow in the shade Studio, so it's not a bronzer, but that's another way that I'm like, hey, you know, this is new to me and I love this by itself, but I think it's a lot. I feel like there's a lot in here. I can get a little extra use out of it by putting it on my under eye. But another thing I've been doing is really trying to purposefully use my dual-ended brow highlight from Ulta Beauty, and I use that in my waterline and a little bit kind of near my tear duct, and that has seemed to kind of help guard or like ward off any kind of like extra things. I'm just going to continue to blend this out, and we're going to move on to blush. Okay, I need to kind of clean up a little bit. I have all the drawers out and I definitely don't need all of them out. Okay, before I put the blush on, here's what I usually do with this Laura Geller foundation. So I have like this set up now, and with the bronzer it really does look a lot better. So I just take this in a, you know, with a brush, and I just dab over everything to kind of like set things. And I'm a little dewy this morning, so maybe I don't want to be quite that dewy, and it just adds a little bit of extra coverage, and again, it helps that foundation not be quite so light. And today I'm not minding it. It seems to be blending out in a better way. I feel like sometimes when I put this on, it like, you see how the pattern of it has like some really dark spots? I feel like wherever I put it at first, the dark spots, it just kind of looks muddy and gray, and so it could be a me thing. So that's why we're not gonna go and declutter it like right off the bat. We're going to continue to figure it out, because it very well could be me. That's a new to me product. I've never, I'm new to powder foundations as it is anyway. I've only ever used the Bare Minerals one, the pressed one, and in the past I've used the loose one, but I do have the pressed one right now, and I really enjoy that a lot. All right, so for blush, this is again one of those things that it's fun. Every day I get to pull this out and I think, what do I want to use today? While we're doing that, I want to kind of reflect on some of the challenges or just things that have caused me to like take a pause. on occasion during this past month. So my daughter is seemingly like forever needing more clothes. We can't seem to find a pair of jeans, like a size of jean that like fits her. It's either way too big or too small or too long, and she's kind of tall. I mean, she's not like super short person, so it's just been a real challenge. So we needed to go to Walmart to try again to find some pants for her. And instead of shopping in the juniors, we shopped in like the grown-up normal clothes section. And so that seemed to really do. But while we were there, you know, I think that Walmart's clothes have really kind of like stepped it up. They have some really cute stuff. And so I'm looking at like the sale rack and I'm like, ooh, that stuff's cute. That stuff's cute. And then I went, wait a second. You don't need any clothes. You are on a clothing no buy until this summer. If you need to buy shorts, you can. If you need to buy like shoes or socks or something because something is like ran out or whatever, then you can, but we're not buying clothes just because. So I had to kind of stop and like break that habit, you know, like I had this habit of going to Walmart, looking at their new things, and they're all really cute, and thinking, oh, that'd be so much fun. Nope. And then, let's see, earlier this week on Tuesday, my daughter had to go get her braces on. And so we have to do that. Everything that we do is like really far away. So usually when we go to the city, we try to do, you know, a lot of things all at one time because it's like an hour-and-a-half drive to get there and an hour-and-a-half back home. So she's been asking for a while to get her nails done, and so when we were eating at Chick-fil-A, there was a place right across the way that was a nail salon, and she was like, are you gonna get your nails done too? And I was like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I know myself well enough to know that while that was not really a category in my no buy area, I know myself well enough to know that I would feel really guilty if I had gotten my nails done just because. And I don't want to do that just because. I would much rather do that as like a reward for something, for like, I'm trying to embark on a diet, a low carb diet, and you know, I've done one day, so it's not big news here. So like if I can lose a certain amount of weight, then hey, I'm gonna reward myself. Instead of going and like buying more makeup, I can reward myself by going and getting my nails done. So, you know, that's something. And overall this year, my family and I were trying to spend less money on random things and food and eating out and stuff like that, because we're just trying to be more conscious about what we're doing. Again, I've mentioned this before, my husband, because he's a pastor, he is considered to be self-employed, and taxes, we're not very good at like setting aside the money throughout the year, so we always come up like short in that way for him to pay his taxes. So that's coming up, and so yeah, we're trying to like embark on this journey of spending less money so that we can get that paid off, and then, you know, be able to maybe do something fun at the end of the year. So yeah, that's that. I'm trying to think if I had any other like big revelations. The 1 week 1 palette was a lot of fun. Oh, something that I'm going to be doing. So I know this is like 25 minutes into the video, and not very many people watch my videos all the way through. But make sure that you have your notifications turned on, because I came up with this idea for like a collab that I want to do. And so if you have a YouTube channel and you want to do this with me, put it in the comments. I would love to do this with you. It's going to be called Dynamic Duo Collab, where we pick 2 eyeshadow palettes to pair together, and then the other person picks the shades that you use. Over on Instagram, I have 6 people that have agreed to do this with me, and I have all of the color stories like swapped with them, and this is gonna be so much fun. It's another one of those ways where, like, getting other people involved in your makeup collection will cause you to really stretch yourself, and I think that's so much fun. These people have chosen, well, we've chosen the palettes kind of together for the most part, but they've chosen shades for me that I never would have been brave enough to pair up together, and I never would have thought to put these colors together. And one of the looks and the color stories, my daughter said that looks like a mermaid, and I'm like, ooh, can we do that? Yes, we can. So we're gonna attempt a mermaid look. So please make sure that you're subscribed, because I think that's gonna be a lot of fun. And my first one's going out on Monday, and it's going to be with Andy Green at Makeup in the Mundane. So make sure you're subscribed, because it's gonna be a blast. And if you want to join me, you surely can. Okay, I'm using my Laura Geller lipstick. I love how this bullet is formed. It really just allows you to get snug in your lips. I still have to eat breakfast and brush my teeth, so that's not staying on. I put it on just for you. This is my look. I hope that you have found some inspiration. If you are on a makeup low buy or a no buy, or if you're considering it, just know that you can make it whatever works for you, and there's nothing wrong with that. And don't expect progress. And don't expect perfection. It's progress in the right direction, and that's the goal here at my channel, is to encourage you to just make progress towards your goals. I hope to see you in another video. Bye.